Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby, and I'm back with another video. So, there is some interesting news that's been sparking up the internet, primarily IG, aka Instagram, and it is the breaking news of the Selena series on Netflix. So, there is allegedly a couple of well-known celebrities that are going to appear in the Netflix series. Drum roll, please. First, your girl, Beyonce. So I read in an article that a supporter sent me. Thank you for that. And I also saw on IG of another, super fan of Selena posted on her IG that they will recreate the scene where Beyonce meets Selena at the Houston Galleria Mall. Now, in an interview that Beyonce did back in the early 2000s with MTV3, which is a Spanish MTV channel. Not sure if they still have that. If they do, cool. But she did an interview, and she did a brief interview about Selena and how she met her. And here it is.
I did actually meet Selena in the Galleria Mall in Houston, but I didn't say much to Selena because I wasn't a celebrity, and I just saw her and said hello and kept it moving. Definitely growing up in Texas, I heard her on the radio, and I think listening to her album, even though I didn't know exactly what she was saying, it helped me in the studio with my pronunciation.
So yeah, she said that it was a brief encounter, that she didn't even really say much to her but hello, because she wasn't a celebrity at the time, so she was pretty nervous to even have a conversation with Selena. Maybe she thought Selena was too busy to converse with her, but more than likely she would have conversed with her, and I kind of wish she did. But yeah, so they're going to recreate that scene, and I read in the article that she was 11 at the time, and I'm seeing people on IG stating that they want Blue Ivy to play her because Blue Ivy, of course, is Beyonce's daughter, and she does look a great deal like her. However, I personally do not think she will be chosen to play her because of the age difference. Beyonce was 11 at the time. I thought she was older, but she was 11 at the time, probably going on 12 because her birthday is late in the year. Blue Ivy is 8 years old. So Blue Ivy, maybe by height, she might fit in because Blue Ivy is pretty tall for her age due to the fact that she has pretty tall parents. Like, Jay-Z is very tall. However, she still has that baby face, so she probably wouldn't be able to pull it off because she's still too young. So, I mean, if they pick her, so be it. But I highly doubt it because of the age difference. But Beyonce has stated that she has been a fan of Selena, her and her sister. Growing up in Texas, I remember reading an article a couple of years ago, I want to say back in 2017, or maybe even before that, that Beyonce and Solange did a sister interview with the magazine, and they briefly talked about Selena, how she inspired them, and that they listened to her music all the time back in Texas. They heard it on the radio. They loved her music, and of course, by them listening to her, that inspired Beyonce to do Spanish songs and pronunciate her words in Spanish, like she said in the interview for MTV3. But yeah, so they were huge fans of Selena. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past them that she wouldn't put her in it. She probably would, because she's a huge fan of Selena. But because of the age, because they said they're looking for an 11-year-old girl. She's not 11, she's 8. But they may make an exception because it's Beyonce's daughter. Who knows? So I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out. Also, another well-known celebrity is Whitney Houston. They are saying that they are going to reenact the scene of the 1994 Grammys, where Whitney Houston was, of course, present, and she won a Grammy. And the same night that Selena appeared at the Grammys for the first time in '94, and she won a Grammy. She did appear at the 95 Grammys, but she was only nominated. She didn't win. But she was cool with that. She just, was grateful to be invited and, to see different artists. So they're going to reenact that scene. And I read in the article, it didn't state whether they, communicated with each other. I'm assuming they didn't. However, I did read about that, and I read this like a while ago, that actually Whitney Houston was a big fan of Selena as well. Now, I don't believe Selena knew that when, I don't think she knew that. But of course, we all know that Selena is big fans of Whitney Houston, that was one of her inspirations, that's one of her favorite singers.
Pues también, no sé si conoces a Taste of Honey, Michael Jackson, wow. ¿Quién más? AC/DC, muchos artistas que en ese tiempo lo estaba pegando muy fuerte. Y Kiss y todo eso. Y pues ahora, por lo pronto, yo creo que es sí, todavía Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Mariah, Whitney.
Amongst Janet Jackson, Bonnie Ryan, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I guess she's a country singer, and Mariah Carey and Michael Jackson. But Whitney is one of those of her favorite singers. But I don't think she was aware that Whitney was actually a big fan of Selena. And it was like a brief conversation that I read with Whitney Houston and I guess an interviewer. She told an interviewer by the name of David Hinckley back in 1999, in July 1999, in a New York, what was it, New York newspaper or something like that, where she stated that she was impressed with Selena and how she handled the English market, and that inspired her, and she was like a big inspiration to her. And she also said that one of her upcoming projects, or would have been Whitney's upcoming projects, that it was going to be inspired by Selena and Will Smith. And I was like, huh? I had to read it again, because I was like, my first reaction was like, when did Will Smith and Selena know each other, and when did they ever work with each other? But I read it wrong. The project that she was coming out with, Whitney was coming out with, was inspired by Selena, the works of Selena and Will Smith. Now, I don't know what project it was. If you guys know, put it in the comment section, and I'll release it in the following video. But that's what I've read. And so if Selena was alive today, she would definitely be like shocked. She would definitely be happy. She probably would definitely cry, because she was such a big fan of Whitney, and she wouldn't have thought in a million years that Whitney would be a huge fan of her, because she wasn't really that popular in mainstream yet to know that someone like Whitney Houston is a big fan of Selena. So she would be elated and in shock to hear that one of her biggest fans is a big fan of her. So that's, something great. But hey, look at the bright side of it. They're both in heaven, so meeting each other. So hey, now she knows. So they're gonna also find someone to reenact that scene. So they're looking for someone that looks just like Whitney, and they have to be around in their 30s, like 31, because that's how old she was at the time, in my opinion. And I've always said this, before they made that Lifetime movie of Whitney, I felt like Paula Patton should have played Whitney Houston. I know Paula Patton, I know people like Paula Patton, but I know she's a lot lighter than Whitney, but that's what makeup is for. I just feel like her voice was raspy, just like Whitney. And when they talk, she has it's some type of aura that she gives that reminds me of Whitney Houston. And a little bit of makeup to darken her tone, she will be perfect. Her or Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child, or even Demetria McKinney, who played Whitney Houston in a biopic, I think on BET. So one of those three, I think, should play Whitney. But I really want Paula Patton to play her because I really think she aced the Whitney look. She just needs to darken up her skin with some makeup, and then she will be bomb as Whitney Houston. So that's really pretty much all I have. Now I'm kind of like very, very curious of what this series is going to be about. I have seen like different snippets of, the scenes of what the series is going to entail due to, a supporter of mine who knows people that are in the series. I'm not going to show it because I don't have permission to, so I'm not, but they pretty much is reacting. I can talk about it. I know one of them, they're reacting the scene of her performances in the 80s. So when she had that, reddish short curly hair, there's some scenes in there of that. I also saw on IG from that same person that they're going to reenact the the interview that she did with Christina when she had the Boricua hairstyle that a lot of Boricuas wear, with the bun and the curly bun, kind of similar to what Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion wore in the music video WAP. Well, the poster for the music video WAP. It's kind of without without the long strand of hair in the front. So if you guys know what I'm talking about. And she had the vest on. So she had the vest on, the white shirt, and the black skinny jeans and some cowboy boots. That interview. So I saw that they're going to reenact that scene as well. That interview as well. So I'm not going to say I'm excited. This is making me excited. It's just making me more anxious to want to see this film. And I'm not even going to lie, even though I'm not a big fan of the quinceañeras like that, well, the dad and the siblings, but from what I've seen, I think it might be better than the movie. However, I still hold my ground. I don't think the person, what's her name, Christian Saranto, I don't think she's a good fit to play her based on what I've seen her as in real life. Like, I haven't seen her physically in real life, but I mean without the Selena get up. She doesn't look the part. Her body frame is not the part, and I just don't think that she fits the part. But you never know. Her acting skills might be on point, to the point where I may even ignore all of the physical, differences. So we shall see. It still have yet to be confirmed when it's coming out. I keep hearing different things. 1 minute they're saying October of 2020. Some people have said next year, 2021, like around the time of her birthday or the anniversary of her death. So it's so much like hearsay. So I don't know for a fact when it's coming out. But if they still filming and looking for people, to play Beyonce, her mom. Oh yeah, they also looking for someone to play her mom. Now I didn't really get a chance to think about who can play her mom. Unless they, I mean, it will be perfect if that now, shoot. If they got Beyonce to play her mom and they did get Blue Ivy to play Beyonce, then you know what? Them views is going to skyrocket. Like when that series come out, the whole world is basically going to be looking at that series. And then people that don't know who Selena is will definitely know who Selena is today because of Beyonce's appearance and her daughter. That's epic. But I mean, who knows? I mean, well, we all know Beyonce can't act for shit. She can sing, but she cannot act. But because she will be, if she's in it, it really probably wouldn't matter. But who knows? But yeah, I'm very curious to see and anxious to see what this series is going to be about. And I will definitely give my commentary and will not hold back shit. So be prepared, you know, for what I gotta say when it comes out, whenever it comes out. It needs to come out because I need some, you know, I need some content. So yeah, but that's all I have for you guys today. Stay tuned for another video and I will see you guys later.